Who's ready for the best damn podcast of their life? Welcome to the Local Pundit. I am Josh Anthony. This is your Wrexham Daily News and Update Show, the WREXfast Show for September 11th, 2025. Yes, and I was dared by Aaron. He's like, you didn't even do the news today. There was a news show supposed to be done. He's like, there was all this news about Kakache and all this stuff. And I think he set me up because on the leader, there is a news conference for Parkinson, talking about the game, about the players coming back, but it's an audio only. It's an audio only. And I did not do any research, no research done, so we might have to listen to this together. Aaron totally stitched me up on this one. But anyways, got to get a show up. Thanks for coming in. Please smash a like on the video and subscribe to the Local Pundit. Get involved in the chat. Let's make this an organic show tonight to keep it going. On here we have to say, I'm getting pumped up about the game on Saturday, QPR, and let's get this going. Let's walk this through. Let's walk the path through. And yes, Aaron, right there. He's in the chat right there. What's up, Josh? It's Zayden. Well, it's Zayden. Your dad led me down the primrose path of just go ahead. Yeah, talk about it. Did you do a news show today? Okay. And here we go. Yes. So we'll do it. We shoot the rehearsal here. Also, I want to just know, what do you think about the chat in the bottom corner there? I think it's left to you, right for me. Do we like it? Annoying? Let me know. I want to get everyone's thoughts on that too. But want to just make sure that it's not annoying for people. That's in beta. But just let me know. Also, too, remiss before we get into it, it is September 11th, and I just, want to just acknowledge that. There you go. I just want to acknowledge that as well. And hopefully everyone is just remembering their loved ones today in any way, shape, or form, and those we lost. So I just want to put that out there, too. So anyways, yeah. It's a heavy day. Okay. All right. Let's get into this too. So Parkinson said there's a boost. There's 4 boosts coming in for the team. The team that we had talked about getting back with Windass, with Broadhead, with Thomason, who I'm excited to see, and for the Honey Badger, Ollie Rathbone. So there's a lot. Jesus, I'm doing shows here. Look at that, Ken. Ken, I'm live working. What are you doing? I'm live. I know. Ken, we're live. What are you doing? I'll put you on speaker. Yeah. No, you're live. Everyone can hear you right now. What do you have to say, Ken?
Worst host in the world, Josh Anthony.
Yeah.
Doesn't put in anywhere near the research like we do on tactical fortitude.
No research on tactical fortitude. None. No, not at all. Well, God. Yeah, Ken's fired. Love you, bud. Later. Yes. All right, that's Ken. See, I got to do all the work around here. Everyone thinks that it's just come in and do all the stuff. I got to do all the work around here. You know what? Because we're going to listen to Phil Parkinson's press conference today. We're going to listen to it. We're going to walk through it. I want to get your thoughts on it too. Because I said the other day, I think coming back into this international break is good. I fucking hate. Sorry to swear. I apologize to all the moms out there. And speaking of, I just had to swear a little bit here and there. Coming in, this might be good for us, and I think we're gonna go on a tear in the next few weeks. And yes, not just a single mom. Are those new tattoos? They look good. Well, that one's new. Yeah, those are new. Yes, got it. Yeah. So shout out, Squirrel. Shout out. All right, let's get into this. All right, so Parkinson had his say, and oddly enough, it was a press conference. But you know what they did on the leader? They didn't just do the video; they just put a freeze frame of him doing this. Let me just do it. Right, and he's talking. So we're gonna get through it. I want to hear what he has to say. Because Aaron was saying in the previous show, which by the way, tactical fortitude was absolutely titty city. I love it. He absolutely loved it. But let's get through it. I want to hear what Parkinson has to say going into this match. I'm going to bring that up, and I'm going to leave it up because it is ugly, but I don't care. So let's see. Let me know if you can hear this.
Yeah, I think always good to go into it on the back of the win, 2 wins. And obviously, after the transfer deadline closed, it was good to just have a bit of time really to reflect on that and a bit of a break for a few of the lads. Others obviously have been in more, particularly the injured players. But yeah, I feel we've used it to our benefit. Got the keeper back in today. Obviously, Dom.
Dom Hyam, Keeper Moore.
He's not quite back yet from his international trip, but hopefully we'll welcome him into the fold tomorrow. So it'll be good to get everybody together.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Just bear with me. No. So this is not the right way to do this. Okay. I apologize. It's supposed to be more interactive. So basically, we got Dom back, Dom Hyam back, Kiefer Moore's back from international break. They're coming in. He's embedding them in the team. So as we know, they were new players that just came in. So you got to understand like what's going on. You got to understand that basically like those Kiefer Moore will probably be right back in the squad in the start because he's one of our best players. Dom Hyam probably won't get back into the lineup because I think he's possibly going to keep. I think Max will keep him out. Parkinson, if he does do that. I think Dom's an absolutely stud. I don't think. And someone in the chat, please let me know. Did Hyam play any minutes when he was away on international duty? I don't think so. I know Kiefer Moore did not start his last game, so I don't know. So Parkinson's talking about getting players back on the grass, and you know what? Aaron stitched me up on this one, but we're gonna get it going. We're gonna do it. This is how we do it. Shoot the fucking rehearsal.
Before we come on to the players, you touched on it there, the win before the break, Preston before that as well.
Yeah.
You know, after him being, and it's kind of got that much quite nice and early, isn't it, in terms of a win?
Yeah, I think it was the Millwall performance and said to the lads today, it was a gritty performance from us and what we've been renowned for. You know, we played some good football, but there was a grit, determination about us, and just getting the understanding from the group. You know, that's what we're all about. It's about making sure we're ready for whatever's thrown at us in the game. We respond to different challenges through the games. And I thought we did that terrifically well in a really difficult place to go. We lost the first home game, but traditionally that's a hard place to go to. And we stood up to it really well. And
I'm gonna pause right there real quick because it's like I said. I talked to a Millwall supporter today, my friend Nathan. Shout out Nathan, what's going on? I was at Netflix, I saw him today, and he's talking about Millwall. He's like, we're a tough, gritty team going there, you know, but we have no fucking strikers. But you know, he was like, that's what we do. Here's my thought process on us winning that Millwall game before the international break, and I'm gonna bring it back to everything that's going on with the team. To do that. That was an expected loss for us because everyone was expect us to go into Millwall. Oh, it's Millwall. They're an established club in the championship, and we're going to lose that game. Winning that game, going into the international break, which Parkinson is saying right there, is absolutely just like giving the confidence. Okay, all right, we can compete in this league. Now, I also think we could have won the games prior to, or at least drawn, but I think we learned and we got up to that point. The good news is that we weren't even at full strength squad. That's the good news. And that's what Parkinson, I think, is leading toward in his management skills and what's going on and having us be back. So happy about that. Jeffy G, thank you very much. Hyam did not play any minutes for Scotland. Okay. I think he might start then. Everyone's saying Max is going to hold his position. Victor said it as well in tactical fortitude. But what say you? I think that Hyam could get the start. I do. What do you think? Thomason said, looking forward to seeing how our midfielders gel. That's a $5 super chat right there with the newbies included. Windass hopefully gets 20 minutes. Well, according to Matt Al, he's saying Windass is out for another 3 weeks. I don't know about that. You know, he might have better sources. Obviously, we will see. Kay played more than the first game. Kabore played Tuesday, and Hyam didn't dress in either game. Okay, good. So that's a good thing. Kabore, I'd like to get in there, but we'll see how that goes now too. All right, let's go back to Parkinson in a second here. Let's go and see what he has to say. Hard to hear. Recap for us, Josh. Oh, man, is it really that bad? If it's that bad, then I'm just going to go to the quotes. Let me know again in the chat. Is it bad? I'm going to pull it down. We'll do something else.
That's the big moments when I'm away. You know, Kiefer, brave, feel great cross from Maxi for goal.
Yeah, this might be bad television. This might be bad television. All right, it's gross. Okay, damn it out. All right, it's going to be bad television. So I'll go to the quotes. I have some quotes over here. I'll just do it over this way. How's that? It's bad. Okay. Well, just tell me that. Tell me that straight up. Let's be honest. Okay. So I have the quotes over here from BBC. Wrexham Quartet closing in on injury returns. This was this morning. So Ollie Rathbone, Josh Windass, and George Thomason, Nathan Broadhead have all stepped up the returns to the injuries prior to Wrexham's championship contest as QPR, which is on in 48 hours from now. Okay. So Parkinson in the quotes about the injuries, getting players back, which is what I really wanted to get to. So thank you for saving me, chat. I really appreciate that. And not just, not just because, I thought it looked bad, but I want you all to hear it too. Ollie Rathbone's on the grass running, which is great to see. Everybody knows what we think of Ollie. So that open spot, what we're talking about, that open spot that is there is going to go to Ollie Rathbone. I know there was a Dele Alli thing that we talked about the other day, but the open spot is going to go to Ollie Rathbone. He's going to get back to full fitness, whatever it is. Parkinson did a tactical thought process to get through there too. Okay, going back to Ollie Rathbone, he says he was a key signing for us last year, and when he got injured in Australia, it was obviously a blow. He's a fit lad. Hopefully, we can knock a few days off the predicted time, so he's going to be out. So I don't expect Ollie Rathbone to be back for this match. Expect him to be back in the next few weeks. Probably in the next few weeks. Okay, moving on. Josh Windass had joined with us in the bits of training, and as well as Nathan Broadhead, which is good. Those players, I don't expect Windass and Broadhead to be starting. I expect Windass and Broadhead to be on the bench. That's what I think is going to happen. I think that it's going to be Kiefer Moore and it's going to be Hardy up front, in my opinion, and those two boys will be on the bench. Okay. On that, moving forward, George, on that, I keep saying on that, but I'm not going to say it anymore. Windass getting back and Broadhead getting back, wait till you see Thunder and Lightning. You want to have Thunder or you want to have Lightning? It's going to be there. Those guys are going to make an impact. We have not seen the best of Broadhead yet. He came in with an injury. He was carrying an injury when he came in, not a serious one, but an injury enough where you didn't see the best of him. And we weren't at a full fit squad yet. I know I said over the course of the last couple of weeks, I wanted the team to be complete, meaning the transfer window be shut, and I want to know exactly what that team is. So Parkinson and everyone else knows who's going out there and who we're going to play with. Now that we have that information, we have all the information, it's better for us to go assess the team and how Parkinson can manage each game, i.e. going into the QPR match. The last few matches, Parkinson did not make any subs in midfield. He let Dobson and he let Matty James run their asses into the ground because he did not trust the bench, i.e. Elliot Lee, Harry Ashfield. Fortunately, even though I think Ken just said 20 minutes ago, he thinks Ashfield is ahead of Lee. He's probably right. But he just ran them down into the ground, which is what he chose to do. And I don't necessarily not blame him because I don't think he thinks they're at that level yet. Or Lee is not at the level. Maybe he thought Lee was going to go out. Okay, not going to pick on Lee any further. Moving on. George Thomason, the mystery, the mystery that is George Thomason. All right, the absolute mystery that is George Thomason, who Parkinson loves. Number 14 coming in, captain of Bolton last year. George Thomason, who our supporters haven't seen at all. No, we haven't. It was kind of like an innocuous injury, he said, but he's a good player. He's been great to see him back out with the boys this week. So I don't expect, there's more here. I don't expect Thomason, and that's all four, by the way. I don't expect Thomason to get a start. I expect Thomason to be on the bench. But I think Parkinson is really high on him. I really do. Him and Schaaf, I think, are going to be possibly our starting two of the three midfielders at some point this season. I think Parkinson has really high hopes for these two. The boost, i.e., real talk before the big boost for QPR coming off an international break, I think Parkinson, if these guys were at full fitness, Parkinson might start them right away. But I want to know in the chat, what do we think about the loyalty that Parkinson has? Victor said that in the last show, Tactical Fortitude, he said Max will keep his position over Heim coming in. Max might earn his spot and protect his spot. Where do you think Parkinson is at loyalty at this point? I want to know. Do you think Parkinson has any pressure? Do you think Parkinson's going to go with the best player available, i.e., the guy that's played 51 games in a row for the championship? Or he's going to go with Max, guy that got him to the championship. Where do you see Parkinson right now in his assessment for the squad? The Kakache thing, Aaron, if you're still in the chat, I didn't get the Kakache thing, but he might have a little bit of a knock, and that's true. But where do you think that loyalty lies? And all these positions right there, is it loyalty or replacement? Because you turn over a squad and put 13 players in at this point, dropping AO, dropping Brunty, dropping Maka for Kakache, getting rid of players, Mullen, Palmer. Do you think it's and I'm not saying loyalty as in like loyalty for keeping your position. Is it I want to do the best for the team? There's a difference there. Parkinson has a responsibility, and Parkin has a responsibility with all the signings coming back, the injuries coming back, for putting the best team out there. So as I read this article and get the quotes, I'm wondering right now, where do you think Parkinson is at? Not that it really would make a difference because most of the players that got us here are kind of gone. There's only 4 players left. There's Barney, I think, Max, Barney, Max. Who else is there? That's Dobson, maybe? No. There's only 4. Barney and Max, the only 2 I can think of that have gotten to this point. So maybe that loyalty has kind of gone out the window. So we'll see. We'll see. It's in there. I know, but I'm not going to listen to it. It's not good quality. It's not good quality, Aaron. I think your cricket ringtone comes off almost rude when all the boys are on. I don't know what that means. You don't like my phone when it rings? Should I turn it off, Sean? Jesus, Ace, that is harsh business right there. Harsh business. There's more. I'm just trying to read. Hard to hear. Recap for us, Josh. And okay, I'm doing that too. I think Haim might take Cody's spot. You think Haim's going to take Cody's spot? Cody comes off the bench and starts the cup matches if we're winning. That's a shout. That's an absolute shout. An absolute shout. And Jeffy G says they didn't spend 2.7 M's on Haim to sit him. They chased him hard. And to that note, I'm going to talk about Jeff. I know that. He talked about Ben, and he talked about Dom, and he talked about Issa here. There's quotes here from Parkinson I want to get to. Ben's a player we've been looking at for a while. So Ben's been a player we've been looking at for a while. Negotiations can sometimes take longer than everybody wants. But to bring Ben here, he's a high caliber player with a fresh challenge for him coming up here. That's Ben. That's a player like he talks highly of, by the way. And also, too, talks about Dom. Dom has got a lot of experience in the championship level. He's a versatile player, and I'm really pleased to have his character in the building. Issa, talking about Issa Kabore. Issa is a player we looked at earlier in the window, he says. It wasn't until the window was closed and we felt we could bring him here. That's huge, by the way. We haven't seen him on the training pitch yet, but he's had 2 great games for his country. We'll assess him tomorrow, integrate him as quickly as we can. The areas we want to fill, last quote here. In general, Parkinson says, we've done that. We've got to now really work with these players and get them to know the individuals as quickly as we can. But already, you can see over the last 10 days, there's a good spirit forming amongst the lads. Now, talking about the good spirit amongst the lads with the boys going out and the injuries coming back in. Parkinson's building something here. He really is. He really is building something here. I think that the confidence and what he's saying, I feel, and I said this yesterday, do we have one of the best squads in the championship? And I'm going to talk about, by the way, there's something else I want to hit on too. The EFL is talking about expanding the playoffs, by the way, just FYI. But I think that Parkinson is building one of the best squads in the championship. If we don't go up this season, possibly next season. Yes, I know there's guys like Sargent, which someone wanted to let me know that Sargent's the best player and the striker. Well, one player does not make a team. Parkinson does not base his teams off of 1-star player. He does not. He does not base his team off a 1-star player. He builds a squad that will fight for each other every inch of the grass and do that. So that's what he's building. He's not building a star-studded team. He's building a team that is going to grind and grit and fight every inch, win, lose, or draw, to the end, do a Wrexham every single time. That's it. So all those people are like, we don't have the best players. We might have the best squad, I would say, over the course. Let's see how they gel together. Yes, I said gel. Haim said he chose to leave because he wanted to join Wrexham and the opportunity was there, says Pat Oden. Danny D, not that one. Start Max, sub him off at 60 with Haim. He doesn't sub off defenders, Danny D. He doesn't sub off defenders usually, unless wingbacks he does. He subs off strikers and he subs off the wingbacks because they do the most work. Parky's loyalty involves keeping his job. The best way he should, the way he should think. I'd imagine that involves using his expensive new tools. Wayne, I agree with you. as much as anyone doesn't want to hear that, I agree with you 100%. I think that there is the Parky's loyalty is to the best squad that he put on the pitch to win the football matches. That's just the name of the game sometimes. I think Max has earned a spot in the starting 10 or 11. He could over Hyam, Chris, over Hyam. That's loyalty. We'll see. They got to fight it out. They have to fight that game out. They do. That position out. Assess him tomorrow. Decide if we can throw him into starting on Saturday. Guys like Hyam and Schaaf are ready to go, and they can slot in that tomorrow, slot in that team day after tomorrow, and be fine. They will. You won't. We might not play our best, but they will not miss a beat. So my more concern is what's that look like for the dressing room? These are, for lack of a better word, these are better players, more experienced players. Jeff Thomas says, I think Parky's are very good at a man management. He will play his strongest team regardless, but make sure anybody who misses out are supported. We'll start. Guam will start. He's so experienced. I don't know. Hyam, I think that's probably Hyam. Hyam will start. He is so experienced. Yes. Yeah, it's a good debate, but that's why we play the game. It's a really good debate too. But the good news is the boost is coming with the players coming back, and so Parkinson's going to have a very tough decision to make, and I think he's going to do fine. I really do. I was a huge supporter of Longman, but he's been replaced, and I'm okay with it. Okay, fair enough, Chris. Like last season, greater than the sum of their parts for sure. Yep. And Hyam is rated #1 defender in the championship league so far this season, according to stats. He's a stud. He's an absolute stud. John, there's a good chat here, by the way. Really good chat. I love Max, but I agree with we didn't spend millions on Hyam for the bench. I feel like Max will start this week, but Hyam will be the starter soon. I actually think that's what's going to happen. I actually think that's what's going to happen, John. I do. Kabore, Bruce is in house says at Jeff Tomlinson. He's talking to Jeff in here. Defensive systems are not generic. I wouldn't know if Parky is confident. I wouldn't know if Parky is confident. How confident? Hold on, I'm missing. I wouldn't know if Parky is confident. He has it after being in Wrexham such a short time, but that's just this week, full week he's in. Yeah, Bruce is agreeing with us, basically saying like, hey, Thomason and the rest of the boys have just gotten in. Hyam, Schaaf, and Thomason have just gotten into the squad. They might not be gelling this week, but down the road they're going to be in there too. Okay, all right. Kapore is Premier League. He is. I think he is. We'll see. Why can't Hyam take over the middle? It got kind of Cody for that, Chris. It got kind of Cody for that. I don't know. Josh, is there a way you can have the Parky audio come through on the main channel instead of sounding like it's playing in the background? It's always difficult to hear. Working through it, Chris. I probably have to go in OBS to do that. So I'm sorry. That's why I pulled in here to get the quotes. But on that note, the reason why we did pop up the show for the Wrexham Cubs is because it looks like that Kakache might have some kind of issue with him, so he might not be available. So, or he might be on the bench. The #1 in the defender of the league. He played 90 minutes for 50 matches running. Do you really want to break his streaks? Is Pat Oden talk about Hyam? Opinion is not at the level. Opinion is not that level, just below. Okay, all right. Well, look. Good news is coming back from break. 4 of our players are on the track to come for a comeback. Windass, Broadhead, Thomason, who we haven't seen yet, and Rathbone, who got injured during the Australian tour. This is all good signs. Prepping for QPR, which will not be an easy game. You go watch the Technical Fortitude game. It's going to be a battle. Yes, it's going to be a battle. Every game will be a battle, but a winnable game. Winnable game for us for sure. But we're going to take that on. All right, moving on. I want to get your thoughts in there, and we'll do a show tomorrow. What we think Parkinson's actually going to do with the squad. I know the conversation tonight was basically like getting players back, getting them gelled in. I like it. Cool. Parkinson's doing his thing. And I wish that we actually could hear that better. Okay. Other good news. And I'll just bring this up briefly because I have notes on this. Yes, I did take notes. This has to do with the EFL and talks over expanding the championship playoffs to 6 teams. EFL want to add the National League style eliminators. Plan could be extended to League One and League Two. Now, this is all over the news today. English League football is in talks over adding the eliminator round to the championship players and increase playoffs and increasing the number of participants from 4 to 6. The proposal is similar to the format used in the National League, which is a very tough division to get out of. And in the championship, the team that finishes 5th would play the 8th place team. The 6th would be the 7th in a one-off tie at the higher-ranked team's home stadium. Unlike non-league playoffs, the winners of the eliminators would proceed to a 2-leg tie against the teams who finished 3rd and 4th, with the league winners meeting at Wembley to playoff promotion and Premier League. That just spun my head. Hold on a second. I actually put it into chat over here. Here's what's a proposal. Off the head. Okay, it's going to be an extra. There's going to be an extra team in there. Okay. Here's the proposal. I have it over here on my notes. I organized it a little bit better than that. So this might be good for everybody, but it's a little bit more confusing. They're actually giving another spot to the playoffs. Here we go. The EFL is in talks about expanding the championship playoffs from 4 teams to 6 teams. Under the proposal, the teams finishing 5th to 8th would have an eliminator, one-off games, 5th versus 8th, 6th versus 7th at the higher-ranked team's ground. So 5 would host 8, 6 would host 7. That's how numbers work, or allegedly. The winners from those eliminators would then go into a 2-leg semifinal with the teams finishing 3rd and 4th. So whoever won the 5th and 8th, 6th and 7th, and then break, they would go and play the 3rd and 4th teams. The final for promotion to the Prem would be at Wembley. The idea is inspired by the way the national team does their playoffs. The proposal was put forward by Peter Rideside. He is from Preston North End, CEO, and has been presented to the championship clubs. Early feedback apparently is favorable. There's interest in possibly expanding the format across League One and League Two, but for now, it's just the championship under discussion. It isn't decided yet and would need approval by the FA board and the Premier League under the FA rules. Now, what? Are they going to do that this season? You know, Sheffield United last season were like 19 points ahead, and they didn't go up. They got kicked out. You know, they got beat in the finals there too. So, like, is it going to go this season? I mean, that's a head spinner. We need Patty. We need Aaron. We need Victor. We need Ken. We need to break this down. This needs a full-on hour-long. What the is going on here? We're just scratching the surface here. It sounds competitive. It does. It's already working, by the way. So the system already works, which I love. I mean, there's no better league. The Eiffel Tower of leagues, the championship, getting it from both ends. You know what I'm saying? That is it's already fantastic. It is already fantastic. Does it make it more fantastic? Does it make it more better? There you go, Rob. But there are some pros and cons that I have here that they spit out that I've got throughout the interweb. Here you go. So here's a pro. There's an argument for and against. Here's a pro. Ready? It keeps more clubs in the hunt for promotion for longer into the season, which can increase interest and fan engagement. Okay, are going to be here. Okay, here's a con and a concern to that. It adds more uncertainty. Okay, that's kind of good. A team finishing 5th might have a much tougher path than under the current system, possibly defeating the point of finishing higher in the table. So all you got to do is just make it into that. It's almost like having 2 separate leagues. So you have the top 2 that are going to go through, and then if you make it in there, okay, you're going to go through. You got to go through that process of the playoffs. Okay, so that's a pro, and there's a con. Another one: more high stakes matches in the eliminated rounds, more drama, great gate receipts, broadcast interest. It's going to be there. Okay, we already have that. Does it increase it? Does it go 6 to midnight? I don't know. Here's another one. Here's a con to that. Fixture congestion. More games late in the season could tire squads or clash with other competitions. Well, at that late in the season, unless you're in the FA Cup or the Champions League, which they're not, that's not going to have any. That's not going to have a plan. So I don't like that con. Another one. Here's a pro. Incentive to finish fourth is still strong to avoid the extra eliminator, so it could maintain competitiveness across other positions in the league. That's a pro. Con. Some might say it dilutes the reward for finishing in the automatic promotion places or finishing third and fourth. No, it doesn't. If you finish in an automatic promotion place, you don't give a shit. You got to shoot for the stars, get first or second. Third and fourth, yeah, it's good to get up there. You want to have home field advantage. Absolutely. A lot of cons, a lot of pros here. All makes sense. And this is why this is an hour show that needs to be breaking down. And we're just going to scratch the surface on this, but I did want to talk about this today too. Another one. If it's extended to League One and League Two, could standardize playoff formats across levels and bring similar excitement. League One and League Two are hard leagues as it is. That's a pro. Could help. Here's the con to that. Logistical issues, stadium availability, cost, travel. Also, fairness in terms of the periods and home advantage. Well, that's part of winning. You win, you get home advantage. I'm going to counter that con with a pro. If you have home games, you get more gate receipts. That's awesome. That's great. So fairness, in terms of periods, I don't know what that means. Home advantage is home advantage. That con is a really bad con. But I think there are more pros and cons. Here's my thought. I wouldn't try it in the championship first. I would try it in the lower league, League One, League Two. Test it out, see if it happens. Because when you're in the championship and you're playing in the most expensive game in football to get to the Premier League, why would you risk something that already works? I'm not saying it won't work, but don't try it out on the championship. The best league, in my opinion, Europe. So this we got to break down. We have to break this down a little bit more. We'll talk about it. It's in beta. It's been proposed. I don't know when they're planning on doing this. If they're going to do this year, I'd be shocked. If they don't do it this year, I'd be shocked. Who knows with the FA? It's got to be approved. But, Aaron likes it. Chris says, as a newer fan, I'm in for it. And we want to avoid what the NHL does, where half the teams are in the playoffs. I agree with that, too. But, they're trying to make it exciting. I say that, it's already exciting. So I'm on the fence about this. It's almost like I need to see it in action before I make a decision on it. But the proposal was out there. I wanted to get it out to everybody, so we talk about it. I like it. Make League One, League Two, and the championship all the same. Top two go up, and the 16th playoff. I'm not saying it's not a bad idea. I just think we need to. I want to get deeper into it. I like the chat is fantastic, but I think we need to get the panel together, the boys and the gals together, and we need to kick these tires a little bit more. Maybe it's a good Champ Chat show. Champ Chat show Monday night. Boom, let's do it. The third of the league of the playoffs seems okay to me. Yeah, okay, but it's a good idea. The proposal is a good idea. Let's just unpack it a little bit more. Wanted to bring that up to the chat tonight and see what's up. Listen, coming out of a long, I would say 11, 12 days after the window closes, getting back into the games in 48 hours, awesome. It's great. But I all these little things keep us going, keep the conversation going. Players coming back, possible new adjustment for the league, for the playoffs. Good. But we need to get back to playoffs. Sorry, we need to get back to football. So excited for it. The boys broke down technical fortitude, which was great. Enjoying that. Tomorrow, Friday, it's game day eve, and then we're getting back into QPR. So game day build up, live watch along with me, and then I think Patty's going to be doing Wrexham time again. So pumped up about that. Bring and Ran on Sunday, Champ Chat on Monday night. So lots of things to come on the look upon it. Make sure you have your bells on. Apparently, Steve Barton's not getting the alerts. He's absolutely furious. I had to call him earlier for the tactical fortitude. He's like, I'm not getting it. I'm not getting the alerts. So Make sure you have your alerts on and subscribe to the channel. Let's get to that 3,001 and become a member. Awesome. But yeah, let's get everyone out of here. Been a good day. Tomorrow's Friday. Almost back to the football, and excited about that. And on that bombshell, see y'all soon.